history of what Case Western Reserve was before it became Case Western Reserve. They're honoring Case Tech, Mather College, Case Western Reserve University, and of course, Western Reserve. And there's the opening tip. And controlling it is Elizabeth Nye for the University of Chicago. This is Nordstrom with the ball out top with McCoy on her. Inside, it's Burt. And a steal by Alicia Marie Gonzalez. Gonzalez the other way for the Spartans of Case. Whistle away from the ball, and we've got I think a problem with the clock. Going to reset the game clock. So look inside the gym here at Adelbert Gymnasium, built in 1888. We're going to reset the shot clock and the game clock.
How about the defensive effort, Ron, by the Spartans on the first possession? Alicia Marie Gonzalez, just a freshman, reaching in for that steal and pushing the ball in the opposite direction.
You know, it's an interesting starting lineup for Chicago. Ola Riche does not start tonight. Obi Riche, who is she averages nearly a double-double, 10 points, 7 rebounds, tenacious rebounder. So we're ready to play basketball, and Gonzalez will take it on the inbound. Alicia Marie Gonzalez, just a freshman, finds Hageman. Ball went in and out of Kara's hands, and Chicago will get it. I think Kara thought Gonzalez was just going to take the shot.
Yeah, and you still like the efficiency between Gonzalez and Hageman. That's what you want to see. You want to see the Spartans get easy buckets. Pick and roll opportunities, I think, is what we're going to see the Spartans do more of. Get something easy, get something going between those two players, and you should get some easy buckets.
So Stephanie Anderson looking for a teammate. She finds it in Burt. 15 seconds to shoot. Anderson breaks the defense and misses the layup. Hellman fights for it along with Lake, and we've got a jump ball. It will go Case's way. On the season, the Maroons are giving up only 62 points per game. Spartans are scoring 76 per game. So it's a tenacious defense. And Case expected this. They practiced against it all week long. That those guards push up, Eddie, they push up near the timeline. They'll pick up the ball handler right away. Case has seen this already this year. On a Friday night a week ago, the Eagles of Emory played that same type of defense. That's Nordstrom with the miss. And that ball's just lost out of bounds.
Well, and Ron, whoever wins that matchup, Spartans offense against Chicago defense, I think that's the team that's going to come away with a win today. But, you know, about a minute 20 to go, and there's your first bucket. I was about to say a minute 20 to go and no buckets there, but there's your first one.
Gonzalez broke down that defense and laid it up and in. That's a kick ball that will go off Case. Nordstrom will inbound it. She'll get it to her point guard, Elizabeth Nye. Nye with Gonzalez on her. 2-0 early on here, opening quarter. This is Burt with the basketball. Gets it off to Lake inside off the glass. Shot was partially blocked. Lake got her own rebound. And we've got a foul inside. Foul's going to go against the Spartans, who will be on Alexis Ambergy. That will be her first.
And Ambergy definitely one of the Spartans' top defenders, and she will take the ball handler more often than not. But we've seen good interior passing by Chicago early on, even though they don't have a bucket to show for it.
Spot up three by Nye, missed it long, and McCoy will come up with the long rebound. This is Ambergy with it. Now it's Hellman. Hellman, who's shooting 64% from the three-point line, and UAA play missed that layup. Nye the other way to Burt. Nordstrom on the baseline with Hageman on her. Nordstrom with a beautiful spin dribble.
Yeah,
Nordstrom.
I was going to say, beautiful was the right word. I mean, that just was a thing of beauty right there, and it gets Chicago on the board, all tied at 2.
The cutter is McCoy. Soft shot, missed it long, and Lake comes down with a rebound. Quickly the other way. Chicago loves to play defense. They also like to push the ball. This will be an up-and-down game. The Maroons have good depth. It's youthful depth, but it's good depth, and we have not seen their best player yet, by the way.
And really, that's how you know you're a great defensive team, when you get out and run.
Here comes McCoy the other way. Jessica McCoy, will keep an eye on her tonight. She is just 18 points shy. of 1,000 career points. She would become the 13th Spartan in women's history to score 1,000. Fouls on McCoy. Player control foul on Jessica McCoy, that's her first. Eddie, I really thought the game turned on Sunday against Rochester when Jessica fouled out of the game.
I would agree. I think it was a morale thing, and you shoulder mentally those offensive responsibilities, and then it affects your game. It affects your mechanics. It affects the flow of the game, and I think that had an effect on it.
Anderson for three, rattled, wouldn't go. Hageman with the rebound. Kara Hageman, who averages 6 rebounds per game. This is Gonzalez now with it in front of that Chicago bench. Gonzalez has done a nice job so far breaking down Bird off the dribble. There's a three by McCoy, missed it short. A lot of misses early on. It's something that we see every year in this gym too. Early in the game, specifically the first half of the first half, there are a lot of misses because there's a depth difference in this gym. There's a lot of space behind each basket and a lot of space above the basket. And as a shooter, anybody that's ever shot a basketball knows that makes a difference.
Yeah, and the other thing too, Ron, is it's a lot harder to communicate in here just because of the echo. And you don't really think about that in a vocal game, but with 2 vocal teams, that's going to come into play as well. It's just hard to hear because of the structure of this building.
Olariche now with the basketball. Obi with a fadeaway shot. Missed it long. Fighting for the loose ball. Hellman comes up with it. So Olariche has now checked in. She's number 20, along with Mia Farrell, as Case tried to get it to the cutter, Hageman. Ball's knocked out of bounds. So Farrell is number 2 now in the game for Chicago, along with Olariche. Here's McCoy's pass to Hageman.
Well, and that's the defense by Obi right there. Just the 5'10" sophomore. She is running with Hageman, trying to cut to the rim, but she denied her.
That defensive pressure on ball continues for Chicago. Tellman with a fadeaway. This is Madison Dunbar. Good ball movement. 3 in the air, missed long, but Stephanie Anderson was active and she gets the easy putback. That was all hustle.
Yeah, and Chicago passed up a good shot for a better shot, but off of the miss, they got the rebound and an excellent heads-up play.
Farrell with a spin right into a double team. Ambergy tied her up with Gonzalez, and Case will get the basketball back. Alex Roth off the bench for the Spartans. Good defense here, Eddie.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is why Ambergy is really an important part of what the Spartans do and why she gets so many minutes. When you have a defensive 2 guard that can shut opposing guards down and force extra possessions like this, that really is a luxury.
Olariche traveled with the basketball. I want to further your point about Ambergy. If you look at her statistically, 27% shooter from the field, 33% shooter from the foul line, averages 3 points per game. You look at that and you go, she's one of your starting 5. And in those numbers, Eddie, you don't see exactly what you just talked about. The defensive effort that this Spartan brings to this starting 5.
Well, she fits perfectly like a glove. When you've got Hageman in the post scoring 19 a game, you've got Hellman scoring about 21 a game on the wing, you've got Gonzalez facilitating, you need a defensive role player.
Farrell just dribbled by the Spartan defense and laid it up and in. It's 6-2 early lead for the Maroons of the University of Chicago. 5 minutes gone in this opening quarter. This is Gonzalez with Farrell pressure on her. So that's Madison Dunbar. Check that. That was Dunbar that got that layup, not Farrell.
Well, and Ron, as we get deeper into January and into February, I think we're going to see more of this. I think we're going to see the ball in the hands of Alicia Gonzalez. She's been an excellent facilitator in the first half of her first season, as we see her knock down the first end of 2 on the free throw. But as she gets more experience in just her first year, she's the point guard of this team. So, she fits in with what they're doing as well. So the ball's going to be in her hands. We're going to expect her to score.
So Gonzalez has all 4 points. She'll take a break. She's going to get a rest. And Marissa Muth will check in for the Spartans. Marissa, another freshman, 5'5" freshman guard from Wexford, Pennsylvania. She went to Vincentian Academy there in Wexford. 6'4" Chicago early on. That's Farrell inside to Olariche. Missed the shot. Nordstrom keeps it alive, and McCoy picks it up. Jess McCoy the other way to Muth. She'll spot up, shoot the three, and it's good. Marissa Muth off the bench with an instant shot for three.
That's what you love to see, instant offense, and Muth making a name for herself early in this one, putting the Spartans up one.
Drive, Clemente missed it. Hellman with the rebound. Hillary brings the ball down the floor. Little hesitation dribble, kicks it out. That's Hageman. She can shoot the three and makes it.
That's an important bucket, Ron. I mean, not only does it put them up by 2 possessions, but it makes the defense think if she gets 1-3 to fall, the defense is going to really respect her three-point shooting going forward.
Nordstrom with a strong drop step, missed the shot, tried to get it back and knocked it out of bounds. Taylor Lake will check back in. Taylor from Mars, Pennsylvania, North Allegheny High School, just a freshman, 5'10" freshman forward. They have a good bench, University of Chicago. Youth will bring it up. Spartans of Case wearing the Mather College colors gold and black tonight, honoring the history of Case Western Reserve University. That's Roth with the miss. Hellman almost got it. McCoy keeps it alive. Muth to Hellman. Hellman with Nordstrom out on her. Hillary draws the defense off the glass, missed it. And Farrell comes down with a rebound.
Notice who's been guarding Hellman?
Nordstrom.
Britta Nordstrom,
Yeah.
the 6-footer. They want to make it so that Hellman cannot shoot over the defense. And thus far, I mean, she hasn't gotten a three-point shot that she can really take.
No. All of her shots have been inside 10 feet. She's missed them all, too, because there has been great defensive pressure. Here's Hellman on the break. Missed the shot, got the rebound, kicks it out. That's McCoy, good ball movement. Now it's Hageman, kicks it. Hillary's first three, missed it short, and the ball hit the top of the backstop, or the backboard. So Hillary's gonna take a break, a little flustered. She'll hit the bench. Ambergy's back in, along with Hageman, Roth, Muth, and McCoy.
It's a genius move by Jen Reimer to get Hellman out of the game now just because of that matchup. Try to get her to focus a little bit more and get her back in there.
Strong move to the basket that time by Nordstrom. Foul will go against Hageman.
Well, Alex Roth trying to step in the way and contest this shot, but more contact there from Hageman. But Hageman's a very important part of what they do defensively as their rim protector, so they're going to need her to step in the way of opposing dribble drivers.
So Britta Nordstrom's at the foul line, where she is a 60% free throw shooter on the season. The 6-foot senior makes them both. She's got 4. Spartan lead was at 10-6. The Chicago lead was at 6-2. And Muth carrying the basketball. That's going to be a turnover for the Spartans. How many times do you see that? You could make that call all day long in every game from third grade to the NBA. Rarely is it called. It's almost accepted now. So that and the crab dribble. I mean, the traveling is really, it's no longer what it used to be. Here comes Muth the other way. This is Roth with it along the baseline. Good ball movement, great ball movement. Hageman for 3, missed it. Roth got the follow, and Nordstrom stole it from her. Here comes Britta Nordstrom the other way. Elizabeth Nye caught on the baseline, and Jess McCoy knocked it out of bounds. Nye tried to get it in that time to Lake, and McCoy with great defense.
Yeah, Jess McCoy gives you a little bit of everything, and you definitely hope that all of the young Spartans really follow Jess's lead because she plays the game the right way and gives 100% effort on every possession.
Nye's going to get it into Burt. This is Anderson inside the key. Follows her own miss with a make. Stephanie Anderson with 4. Game's tied at 10. Inside 2 minutes to play opening quarter. Hellman's at the scorer's table, ready to check back in. Roth back to Muth. Muth already has 1 3. Here's McCoy with a ball fake. Good defense by Chicago. They are just relentless. This is Ambergy. Shot was partially blocked, knocked out of bounds off Ambergy. And Chicago gets it back. They don't let you breathe, do they, Eddie?
No, they really don't. And the thing is, they defend the shooters well, but they also make up for it by doing for the drivers. They stop the drivers too. I mean, if you can connect the dots together and get 2 and 2 and get good defense on your off-ball creators as well as your shooters, that is a lethal combination defensively.
Nye gets a high screen, draws the defense, kicks it. This is Nordstrom inside with a nice fake. Left her shot short, but Lake, the freshman 5'10" forward, got it back. Reverse layup and in. Taylor Lake with her first two.
Pretty good early work on the offensive glass by the Marooners.
6-0 run right now for Chicago. And that was needed. It's Alex Roth with her first first basket. Lake, good feed. Anderson with a wild shot. It was missed. Hageman comes the other way. Here comes Ambergy.
Teams are going to do that. They are going to respond quickly after a Spartan make. You see them pushing it down the floor as quickly as they could.
Hellman traveling with the basketball. Once again, that pressured defense coming at you at all times. That was Stephanie Anderson who created that turnover. There's a look at Anderson right there, 13 for Chicago. She's got 2 buckets so far tonight.
Mm-hmm. And Ron, when you make 100 threes in a year and a half, teams are gonna know what you can do, and I think that's what Chicago has done thus far. They have taken the three-point shooting of Hellman out of the game. They know that they have to put a body on her at all times because if she gets open, she's lethal.
This is Burt with it. About 12 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Lake inside. Shot was blocked by Kryenberg. Darby Kryenberg is checked in and immediately pays dividends on defense. We're inside 20 seconds left in this opening quarter. Game's tied at 12. This is Gonzalez with it off to Roth. Roth with a nice back cut feed to Hellman. Hellman lost the basketball. Here comes Lake the other way. 8 seconds on the clock. Alex Roth, like a defensive back, got her hands up. In the NFL, should be called for pass interference because she didn't turn to look for the ball.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Here in college basketball, it doesn't matter.
But you can do that here. You can do that here. That's great awareness by Roth.
Nice feed inside to Britta Nordstrom.
But that great defensive play will be for naught with that bucket.
Nordstrom finishes the opening quarter with 6 of the 14. Chicago will head to their bench up 2. Spartans and the Maroons. Quarter number 2 when we come back.
Intercontinental Suites has been transformed into much more than a hotel. It is a center of wellness and tranquility, featuring renovated suites, an expanded fitness center, and pure rooms for guests requiring the most allergen-resistant rooms on the market. C2, our Mediterranean-style restaurant and bar, accentuates the ambiance of relaxation and rejuvenation. Chef Omar Jones has designed a menu full of fresh, locally grown herbs and vegetables, along with a flavorful cuisine inspired by the beneficial Mediterranean diet. Call the Intercontinental today at 216-707-4300 or visit us at hotelsclevelandclinic.com or on Facebook.
Eddie, when you look at what happened in this first quarter statistically, what jumps out at you?
We're in a defensive matchup tonight, Ron. Both teams under 30% from the field. Spartans really not working with a whole lot of spacing, and give a lot of credit to Chicago's defense on that. Chicago didn't make a three-point field goal in the first quarter, so possessions matter in this game. They really, really do. So you got to fight hard for the loose balls. You got to protect the basketball. Got to limit the turnovers because points are going to be at a premium here tonight with these two teams and the way that they play defense.
Eddie, I need you to repeat what you opened with. You said both teams under what percentage shooting in the first
Under 30%
both
from the field.
Both teams at 26%. That is crazy. It's throwback weekend. A lot of former players right there, including Brooke Orcutt, who's going to join us for the second half. She's going to take over analyst duties because Eddie's going to be making pizza, I think.
She's going to put me out of a job.
Eddie's making pizza tonight in the second half. So it's 14-12 after the opening quarter. Chicago trying to improve to 5-1 in University Athletic Association play. They've got wins against WashU, Rochester, Brandeis, and NYU. This is Hellman. She needs a 3 to feel good, and she got it.
Well, I mean, you could see in your picture how much space she had to work with. I think Chicago overreacted a little bit to the penetration, which opened up the shot for Hellman. That's how the Spartans have to get her open. They have to have good dribble drives, or else, Hillary's going to have a 6-footer on her for the rest of the night.
Darby Kryenberg remains in the game for Case. This is her providing defense now. And Nordstrom dribbled by her and found a wide open Taylor Lake. McCoy with it, hesitation dribble. It's Hellman again for 3. Missed that one long, and Anderson comes down with it. Here comes Stephanie Anderson the other way. 16-15, Chicago with a 1-point lead. Nordstrom again with a nice crossover dribble to the basket and laid it up and in. She is a handful. Britta Nordstrom's got 8. The 6-foot senior forward can play from the outside like that. Her dribbling is fantastic for a 6-foot post player.
I think that's now 14 of 18 of Chicago's points come in the paint. So they're getting close, good shots, layups that they can make. That's resulted in their 3-point lead.
Gonzalez for 3, got it! The freshman with 7. She's got 7 points. This is Burt inside. She'll get the layup and the foul. Foul's going to go against Darby Kryenberg.
Jen Reimer is not a happy camper because the Spartans know exactly how, and this is how most teams have reacted. When you get a big bucket at one end of the floor, give them 5 or 6 seconds and they're going to be scoring again. So that is not something you can have in the playbook of Jen Reimer. And she's frustrated with that specific bucket because you got to give credit to Chicago, though, because they're pushing it after a Spartan make.
Burt is a 91% free throw shooter. The team is just 65%. As Burt knocked it out of bounds and knocked it off of Alicia Marie Gonzalez. So good defense, good pressure defense. As soon as that ball crosses half court, they're on you.
You want great defense, that was exhibit A right there. That was just matchup right there. Youth versus experience, and Chicago won it there.
Ambergy almost steals it from Lake. This is Burt with a ball fake, and she traveled with it. Beautiful space we're in tonight. The Delbert Gymnasium, built in 1888. This is McCoy, draws the defense. Good ball movement. Hellman for 3, got it.
Yeah, I mean, this is amazing what she does. I mean, not only does she make a high volume of them, how about the percentage as well? Shooting 44% for her career, over 50% this year.
Jess McCoy finds Hageman off the glass, rolls around, stays alive, and Mia Farrell comes up with it. Farrell gets it back. Game's tied at 21. 7:20 left to play opening half. Game 1 of 2 tonight here from the Delbert Gymnasium. The men's game will follow. Lake with a ball fake and a spin, rolls around, won't go, and McCoy comes down with a rebound. Here comes the senior the other way. Ambergy with it, back to McCoy. Jess will shoot the 3, missed it long. Ambergy tips it. Ball's knocked out of bounds. Off the Spartans.
Ron, also another thing that Ambergy does, and this is a big part of defense. You don't normally associate it with defense, but she rebounds. I mean, she almost got it there, but highly contested rebound by Ambergy.
We're in a timeout. We'll take one, too.
With 31 unique creations to choose from, there's something for everyone to love at Dave's Cosmic Subs. Meat lovers, vegetarians, and everyone in between agree that our freshly baked bread, high-quality ingredients, and homemade sauces make us the best in Cleveland. Come on into Dave's Cosmic Subs Coventry to experience legendary subs in a cosmic atmosphere. And don't forget, we deliver. It's as easy as dialing 216-320-0330. Be the hit of the party. Order Dave's.
Let's look at some of the folks coming into tonight's game. Filling up the stands here. There's a look at some of those former Spartans here to cheer on their old mates. It's always a nice weekend, this throwback weekend. Olariche along the baseline, dribbled it out of bounds. I'll be interested to find out if Obi Olariche is injured in any way tonight, or if it's just part of, I can't imagine it's part of the matchup game plan that Chicago would have. She has played limited numbers. This is Gonzalez with a ball fake. The left-hander dribbles the lane, missed the shot.
You know, I noticed that too, Ron. She just doesn't look like herself tonight. I mean, we've seen her in a couple games in the past here, maybe one even in this building, but, you know, she's not as confident as she normally is.
Shots blocked. It was either McCoy or Hageman. Olariche tried to get it off inside. This is Ambergy the other way. Ball almost stolen. McCoy gets it stolen. Here comes Madison Dunbar. There's another rebound from your favorite player. Quickly the other way. Wild shot, and Gonzalez drew the foul. Smart play by the freshman. Went right at the defender. Knew she didn't have a good shot, but she drew the foul with the shot.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you end up at the line, it doesn't matter where the ball ends up. It's a good shot. It's a good shot by Gonzalez. I mean, she's going to the line for looks 3 and 4. And if she keeps this up, she'll definitely be at a career high for free throws attempted in a game. But this is what you want your point guard to do, Ron. You want your point guard to play the point, and you want your 2 guard to play some defense for you.
You want that point guard to break down the defense when she can, and I think Alicia has figured out that off the dribble she can break down that defense, not be intimidated by it. There's another point guard, Javi Alvarez and Colin Zucker and Eric Black and TJ Duckett, David Black. We'll see all those guys at 8 o'clock tonight as the men get prepared to play Chicago. This is Nordstrom. Nordstrom is having a night. She's got 10 points. (23-22), Chicago over the Spartans of Case Western Reserve University. That foul's outside, and the foul's going to go against Alyssa Clemente. That is her first.
And you know what, Ron? The funny thing, too, is I mentioned it myself in the open that the Maroons are not as long as some of the teams that we've seen for the Spartans play in the past couple weeks. But Britta Nordstrom, at only 6 foot as a senior, she is playing incredibly long at this point, especially at the offensive end, just overpowering the defense, gliding in there with authority, and scoring lots of points in the paint.
Gonzalez, ball stolen out top. And Alicia's going to pick up the backcourt foul. Mia Farrell jumped in, great pressure defense, stole that ball from the freshman Gonzalez.
It's a great individual effort by Mia Farrell. I mean, not only are you able to pry the ball loose and get the steal, but you also get a foul on your defender as well. That is a double bonus for Mia Farrell right there. And how about the Maroons? Up by 1 and playing great defense.
So here comes Farrell, one freshman guarded by another. Marissa Muth will play defense. Hesitation dribble. Farrell will try her luck at a 3. Ball's tipped out of bounds. It will stay with Chicago.
The one thing that the Maroons do not have at this point offensively is spacing. Most of the points coming inside, but the 3-point shot has been hard to come by for Chicago.
Wow, that is hard to defend. Hillary Hellman had great defense on Britta Nordstrom. But Nordstrom with that soft left-handed hook shot. Hageman finds Muth. Will swing it out. Ambergy stopped and traveled with the basketball. 25-22, 3-point lead in favor of the Maroons of Chicago. 4:52 left to play in the opening half. This is Farrell with the basketball for the Maroons. Clemente, ball above her head. Olariche with Hageman on her. Obi missed the shot, McCoy got the rebound. Here comes Jessica McCoy the other way. McCoy right at Anderson, lays it up, lays it in.
Yeah, if McCoy gets numbers, she's not going to look to pass it up. She's going to try to look to take it all the way, but that's what you want your senior to do. Get yourself a bucket and really put the pressure on the defense. Have them on their heels.
Spartans within a point. Here's the player of the opening half for Chicago. Nordstrom with the ball. She's going to go right at McCoy, throws it up. And the way her first half has gone, I would not have been surprised if that dropped in. Here comes Amberby the other way with Anderson all over her. Stephanie Anderson's going to get a reach-in foul. That will be Anderson's first. You know what, Eddie, it's hard to believe that's only the 4th team foul for Chicago in this opening half.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, and that's the fine line that you have to walk. If you're going to commit to being a pressure defense, you're going to pick up some fouls every now and then, but to only have a few at this point in the half, that's pretty amazing.
I think it's only 3. They may have already changed that team foul total before I looked up, so just 3 team fouls for Chicago with that great aggressive in-your-face defense that they're playing. So far, it's worked. But give the Spartans credit, too. They're playing pretty well. It's a 1-point game, 4 minutes left in the half. Quick timeout. Both teams will break their respective huddles. Back on the floor for the Spartans. Got Jess McCoy, Alex Roth, Kara Hegeman, Marissa Muth, and Ambergy, who did the inbound. Hegeman inside, couldn't handle it. Anderson will come with it for Chicago.
Golden opportunity wasted there by Case Western Reserve. Chicago looking to make them pay.
Lake finds Clemente for three, missed it short. Roth tried to keep it alive. Chicago will have it. Elizabeth Nye, ball above her head. Working it inside, and the shot's up and good.
I think defensively, Ron, for the Spartans, they can take a little bit of pressure off of the shooters because Chicago still has not made a three-point bucket, to my knowledge. I would attract a lot of attention inside.
Hageman inside. Got it and drew the foul. She'll go for the three-point play.
This Spartans women's team wins a lot of games when Kara scores big figures. I mean, they got to get her going to the free throw line more often here. I mean, she's a free throw shooting machine. I mean, that is where she makes her living at the charity stripe. Got to get her more opportunities. Haven't had as many for her at the line in conference play, but I think that will come with time.
What an entertaining game. It's tied at 27, 3 minutes to play in the opening half. Lake misses it. Hageman tipped it out to McCoy, quickly down to Muth. Muth dribbles right at Elizabeth Nye, missed the layup. I think she expected more defensive pressure, didn't get it. And was out of balance shooting that layup.
It's an excellent move, though.
Nye stepped on the sideline, and the Spartan bench loves it because it happened right in front of them.
Yeah, they got a bird's eye view of that look right there, and you always want to have an active bench, not just in terms of coming off of the bench, but the players currently on the bench. You want them to have a lot of energy because they'll be in better position to get into the game once they get there.
Gone unnoticed over the past several minutes as Hellman has not been on the floor. She's Anderson inside. She traveled with the basketball. So not only has Chicago played without arguably their best player for at least half of this first half. We'll wait to see what the actual numbers minutes-wise were in the halftime stat sheet, but Case has played a significant part of the second quarter without Hillary Hellman.
And Carissa St. has had an answer for Hillary Hellman. I mean, she did hit that open three from the right wing earlier, but you stop Hellman by putting a 6-footer in her face.
Great ball movement. Roth spots up a wide open three. She missed it badly, and here comes Lake the other way. Lake off to Elizabeth Nye. We're approaching the 2-minute mark. Stephanie Anderson, wide open three. Long rebound comes out to her teammate. Nice find that time by Lake. Found Stephanie Anderson inside. This is Ambergy. Now it's McCoy. Good ball movement. Hageman inside the lane. Hageman left-handed shot off the glass and good.
I think this is going to be Kara's game, Ron. I mean, they have to go to her down low because everything on both the offensive side and the defensive side, everything's going through the post in this tough, nitty-gritty, defensive-oriented game.
This is Dobbs with a ball fake. Draws the defense. Elizabeth Nye with a high-arcing shot. It was a rainbow that got nothing. Almost hit Hageman in the mouth. Kara's licking her lips right now. She wiped off. I'm not sure if she got smoked in the mouth by that basketball because it hit nothing when it came down. Hellman is checked back in along with Burt. Miranda Bird is back in for Chicago. This is Nordstrom on defense, and dribbling right by her and scoring is Alexis Ambergy.
Ron, I love the lineup change that the Spartans made, and we'll talk about it in just a second.
Nye looked for a three, didn't get it. Berth will shoot it, and Burt misses it, and Ambergy gets the rebound.
So with Hillary Hellman being the only forward on the floor, you're going with 4 guards and a forward as Roth tries the three. That is one way that you get a 6-footer off of Hillary Hellman. Spread everybody out as she scores inside. Even that one bucket hopefully is going to get Hellman's three-point shot going, because that is the best way you get a six-footer off of Hillary Hellman. That's a genius move by Jen Reimer.
Hellman's got 8. Spartans are up 4. It's the largest lead of the half, and it's at the close of this half. Here's Nordstrom. She's had an outstanding first half. Finds her teammate Burt, 3 in the air, got it. Boy, beautiful move that time by Britta Nordstrom to draw the defense, and Miranda Burt just waited patiently to shoot that 3. 10 seconds left in the opening half. Roth with the wide open baseline shot, missed it long. Alex Roth keeps it alive. Jessica McCoy controls. 3 seconds, need to shoot it. 2 seconds, Hellman with it, didn't get it off. At the buzzer, it won't count, no foul called. 33-32, the Spartans are up a point